What's going on YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring out an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $34,730. We're up about 3.5%. What I want to do is get into Bitcoin here on the 1-day time frame. So each one of these candles is going to represent one day. What I want to do was basically point out some of the bullish and bearish things that we do have going for us in the market, because right now we still have to be cautious with some of this overhead resistance that we're dealing with. Most likely around $38,000 is going to be tough overhead resistance. That's what we're going to need to break through, and it's going to take heavy volume to do that. But we also have a lot of bullish things going for us as well. So that's what I want to do here, break this down for you. If you get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we're going to dig into this. So first of all, what I want to do is just start in on the bearish side, and then we're going to get into the bullish side. Now on the bearish side, to get this out of the way, what you can see here is we are having these lower highs coming in, and it was marked by this downtrend line. On January 29th, we got the Elon Musk pump, and what I was talking about on that video, the Bitcoin video, if you go back and check it out, we were saying we did not want one of these massive wicks right up in here where we break out. It's one of those false breakouts, and then we actually close down lower, and that's what ended up happening. So we do need to be aware that we didn't have massive follow through on that move. Now the nice thing for us though, that broke us out of this trend line, and since then what we've done, we have back tested that trend line and found support roughly, we'll call it at about $32,300, right in that range. So now what we have is our higher low. So we're trying to change the trend here. We're having these lower highs. Now what we're trying to do is have these higher lows that are coming in once we hit this little double bottom here. So basically we went down to about $28,000 or so, and that was on the 22nd of January. Then we went down close to that area again on the 27th. So we had a span there of roughly about 5 days, 6 days, somewhere right in that range, and then we got moving again to the upside. So it's important that we keep these higher lows intact. So this area right here, that $32,300 right in that range, it's extremely important, because what we're trying to do now is hold that higher low and go up and see if we can break through roughly about we'll call it $34,800, and then be up to around that $37,000, $38,000 range. Because now what we're going to have to do is try to get up over top of this long wick here, and that's when a lot of people were taking profits, kind of just that quick move on Musk talking about Bitcoin there, or putting Bitcoin as is Twitter, whatever, guys. I don't do Twitter, whatever it is, but it was big news, basically the richest man in the world endorsing Bitcoin. So we got a nice pump out of there, that break, but we did not get that follow through, and that's what I wanted to see. So now it's so important that we hold this higher low so that we can go up there and try to get that higher high. And that's how the market works, back and forth like that. Right now on the RSI, we're sitting at about 55. And also, if you guys get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friend. We're always going to try to just look at these technicals here and put ourselves in the best situation possible when we're trading. And what I've been doing is basically trading in on the 5-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame, just really making some moves on the altcoins. I'm looking for those moves when it starts going up 6-7% and volumes coming in, guys. Just really playing those moves in tight there. And many times you can pick off 4, 5, 6, 7% sometimes. And that's really where the moves happen. They happen between the 1 minute and about the 5-minute time frame. And if you go back and you really look at this, when those big stick of volumes come in, it's those whales buying or selling, and it comes very fast and aggressive. So I actually like looking at, that 5 minute, 15 minutes, somewhere in there, just to do a little bit of trading back and forth. So if we get into the technicals next here, and I want to get into trading view, we have on the 1-day summary a 2 sell, an 8 neutral, and a 16 buy. The oscillators, we're looking at a 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. So basically everything's neutral here, besides momentum's going to be a buy, MACD level is going to be a sell, and the bull bear power is going to be a buy. And then over here we have our EMA, the 10, all the way basically to the 200 is a buy, besides the simple moving average, our 30 simple moving average is going to be a sell. But we're looking nice and strong on those moving averages, and that's what I want to get into next, is throwing those on. So if we turn on our EMAs here, this can be our 20, our 50, our 100, and our 200. So if we could get a candle close today up above this 20, that could show that may give us enough pop to go back up there and try to test that $37,000, $38,000 range, which we talked about is going to be key. But it's nice to see that we're holding this 20. We're still up above the 50, and the 50 is what we talked about many times. Buy orders down off that 50, because that's where we retrace to oftentimes. So first, if you don't hold that 20 EMA, you start looking down to that 50 EMA, and that can be a spot sometimes. So we do want to see that be defended and held as support, and that's going to be around $30,802. And what I want to do next was kind of work through the time frames. I want to get a few things off here. Just give me a minute. Let me know down low, what do you think? Do you think Bitcoin's going to hold this higher low around that 32,000, right in that range? And do you feel like we're going higher, or do you feel like this is the time we're going to get that dump? This was just a little pump out of here. We didn't really get follow through, and we're going to have one of those big lower drops down maybe to around $25,000 psychologically, that big round number. I'd love to hear down low what you guys have to say about that. So let's go into the 12-hour time frame first. Kind of work through this. So same deal, looking for that higher low right here. See if we can go up and get that higher high. So that's what we're looking for there, trying to change the trend. We broke out of that trend, back tested it here, so that was important. We got to get moving now. We need that volume to come in, so keep an eye on the volume here. Next, what I want to get into is the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour at that critical level right now of about $34,800. We need to break through that. If we can get through that, then it's roughly going to be up around that 37,187. So we're in a little bit tighter here. So we would not want to lose that area. Keep an eye on that. I'd put an alert and alarm underneath that if I were you, and then we'd go into the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, still trying to hold these higher lows, higher highs here, missing a little bit of volume. Really need that big swell to get up through some of these higher levels. Okay, so that's what I wanted to leave you with today, guys. Just be careful. It's still a sticky area in this spot. You got to be careful. You got to protect your positions. If you're trading, use those stop losses. If you're longer term, this is where we still just want to sit back, let that trend ride. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.